Okay, so it's the last day of the week. This was the week that I wanted to talk about going green, getting alkaline, all to make your body a little bit of a happier place so that you can be better supported in grief and struggles and even depression, because that can get really heavy and weigh us all down. So I said I was going to wear green all week, but I've run out of green clothes, so I had to pull out a green scarf. And this is the end of my greenness for the week because it is Friday, as some people will call it. And so what I wanted to talk about, because I missed a whole day of recording, is a meal plan, like easy meals that you can put together really quick and easy, that are alkaline, that are green, that do contain live foods. All of these things are wonderful in helping us support our body, become more healthy, and give us the energy that we need to raise up our energy levels, of course, because we spoke about that this week, and just to give us a little more oomph, because if we're eating all the sugar and we're stuffing our faces with all the bread and the wonderful yummy treats and stuff, it actually does a whole lot of crazy stuff to our physiology and lowers our levels of energy because the body's fighting to clean itself out, deal with cellular repair, and that takes energy. It might sound like, oh, cells are just little, but we're full of them, and if they're all busy fighting some things that they don't have to, then they're not supporting you in your role, in your grieving, in your desire to get more energy, develop more energy, because we can make our own energy, right? Like as Brendon Burchard says, we are the energy plant. It is made in here. So to do whatever we can to bring it up or prevent it from being depleted is really one of our goals when we're grieving, when we're feeling that we need to be stronger, when we need to be more focused, have better concentration, and be able to, cope. It's one of our coping skills, is to feed ourselves well so that we can cope better, so that we're not dealing with low blood sugar or fluctuating insulin levels and things like that. So I found for you, and I'm going to put the link in down below in the comments, I found for you a 7-day alkaline meal plan on a website called The New Potato. I haven't heard of it before, but here it is. There's 7 full days of alkaline meals, and they're all super easy to make. One is savory avocado wrap, and it's butter lettuce, some sliced tomatoes, sliced avocados, red onions. What else is in there? Chopped basil, which is good for your mood. Actually, basil is better than St. John's wort in terms of mood elevation. So that's something I learned once upon a time and will share with you. What else do they have? One of their lunch or dinners is a kale pesto pasta. The pasta is actually the zucchini noodles, and then there's roasted tomatoes in there, kale, olive oil, walnuts, salt, pepper, and of course the zucchini noodles. Some of the breakfasts are really yummy. Apple and almond buttered oats. So gluten-free oats, coconut milk, raw almond butter, grated green apple, and a little bit of cinnamon for flavor. Some really great things. There's more, 7 days worth, so I'm going to put that link down below after I've posted this. But really, what's most important on a Friday? Cocktails. This is the weekend after all. And even though we're trying to go green and be alkaline, you know what? You have to have a drink sometimes for people that choose to drink. It's a really good idea to reduce alcohol intake when we are deep in grief. We know that alcohol can promote depression and depressive natures, and so we want to limit that. But if it's a good time, or it's a celebration, or you are at a different stage in your grieving process, it's a dance move now, isn't it? Anyway, here's some things to learn, and I gotta say I'm really excited because something I drink is on here and it's the best. But before we get to that, stay away from beer. just drop it. It's full of yeast, it's a big mess, and it's actually their number one. Where am I on now? The website's called Get Off Your Acid. So it's saying absolutely beer is the single most acidic alcohol there is. Why? Its unique combination of fermentation, yeast, sugars, and wheat, which contain gluten, all of which are acidic. So there, no beer, which means no cider. And as well in that, any of those sugary liqueurs, just X those out. So what's better? It says wine's better, but it still is full of sugar and yeast. And people have allergic reactions. I'm one of those. My sinuses go crazy. I get flushed. I sometimes get highs, and it's not pretty. So we're going for cocktails. And here's an interesting little tidbit. Where did it go? I want to find it for you. 100% of Americans have leaky gut, if my research is indicative of the greater population. So this again is coming from getoffyouracid.com. For example, in the last 200 live blood samples, this person found yeast in 100% of the blood samples they looked at. And that yeast is getting into the blood because it's exiting the gut because of the foods that we're drinking and eating, like beer. Get rid of it. So what do they say? The more minerals that a drink has, the more alkaline it is. And of course, the more sugars, the more acidic it is. And that's pretty much given. So here's where I get really excited, is that gin is the least acidic alcohol that you can drink. It contains no sugar. It is distilled. It is made from botanicals like juniper, licorice, coriander, which all contain minerals. And this also gives it a unique flavor, so it's a great alternative. So what I've come to do now is, instead of having a gin and tonic, because tonic is actually, it has as much sugar in it as like a cola drink or any kind of soda pop. So I've switched to gin and soda water, or the flavored soda waters to give it something. I put a little zip of either cucumber or lime in it, not both of those things at the same time. Here's something that's interesting. I did not know this, and I'm surprised. Rum, although it's made from sugar cane, has no sugar in it, as well as no gluten or preservatives. So surprisingly, rum is a relatively alkaline choice. Vodka, it depends on what it's made out of. Best just to stay away from it. Stick with the gin. It's yummy. There's a bunch of different kinds. And they do warn about whiskey, because whiskey is made from grains and will contain some gluten. And I'm getting this all off of getoffyouracid.com. And our food for the week is from thenewpotato.com. So I'll put those down in the comments below. This is going to go up to YouTube if you're interested in learning more about grieving, better nutrition, how to take care of your overall wellness. You just reach right out to me and send me a message through my business page, or even in my personal page. You can go to the website, learn about our Costa Rica 7-day retreat coming up in June of 2019. If it's not 2019 when you're watching this video, then there will probably be more retreats, and go to kittyhoward.com to see them there. What else? That's it. Next week, we're going to dive into my actual program, Honor Your Loss, Honor Your Life. And I'm going to be giving some lessons, some tips, some tricks, some of my story that goes along with why Honor Your Loss, Honor Your Life exists, and some exciting news, because I might be getting on TV. I'm sending you love, courage, and radiance into the weekend. Take care. See you next week.